سلام دعتي.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله وبه نستعين. الحمد لله رب العالمين وبه نستعين، وصلى الله على محمد وآله الطاهرين، وعجل الله تعالى فرجهم الشريف، واللعنة الدائمة على أعدائهم إلى قيام يوم الدين، آمين يا رب العالمين. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وآل سيدنا محمد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. There is a shubha which the Nawasib, they are actually spreading on social media, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala punished Imam al-Hassan alayhi salam by taking away the Imamah from his descendants to the descendants of Imam al-Hassan alayhi salam. And to actually promote this shubha, there is actually a hadith in Dala'il al-Imamah of al-Tabari al-Shi'i, which they are using to claim that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala punished Imam al-Hassan alayhi salam because of the treaty he did with Muawiyah bin Abi Sufyan, la'anahullah, and the Imamah was transferred to the descendants of Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam. Now, this particular narration is a bit long. It has to do with the aftermath of the martyrdom of Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam, the time when Muhammad ibn al-Hanafiya, the son of Imam Ali alayhi salam, not from Sayyida Fatima bint Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wasallam, when Muhammad ibn al-Hanafiya claimed the Imamah, or he contested the Imamah with Imam Zayn al-Abidin Ali bin al-Hussein as-Sajjad alayhi salam. So this is what the narration is about. So in this particular narration, this is from Dala'il al-Imamah, volume 1, page 207. You can get this narration from, or this reference from library lib.eshia.ir. That's where you can get this book. So here there is actually a particular statement that Imam al-Hassan alayhi salam was punished. In the Arabic, it says, sorry, just a moment so I can read it. Inna Allah Ta'ala, I'm just quoting the part that is problematic, not the entire hadith, since it's not the topic of discussion. Inna Allah Ta'ala لما صنع الحسن عليه السلام مع معاوية ما صنع جعل الوصية والإمامة في عقب الحسين عليه السلام فإن أردت أن تعلم حقيقة قولي فانطلق معي إلى حجر الأسود حتى تتحاكم إليه ونسأله عن ذلك. So this statement is attributed to Imam Zayn al-Abidin alayhi salam, that Imam Zayn al-Abidin told Muhammad ibn al-Hanafiya that due to what Imam al-Hassan alayhi salam did with Muawiyah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made the Imamah and the Wasiyah in the descendant of al-Hussein alayhi salam. And if Muhammad ibn al-Hanafiya wants to know the truth in his statement, they should go to Hajar al-Aswad. So the entire hadith is about Hajar al-Aswad and between Imam Zayn al-Abidin and Muhammad ibn al-Hanafiya, when Muhammad ibn al-Hanafiya contested the Imamah. So now, this particular hadith is problematic because it's telling you that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made the Imamah in the descendants of al-Hussein alayhi salam because of the treaty or the truce that Imam al-Hassan alayhi salam did with Muawiyah bin Abi Sufyan, la'anahullah. Now, this cannot be anything close to the haqiqah, to the truth. It cannot. It cannot be close to the truth because we have the origin of this narration. Okay? Now, if we go, for example, to Basair al-Darajat of Muhammad bin Hassan as-Saffar, this ibara does not appear. Okay? So when the Nasibi is bringing for you this particular reference, it is because this hadith is weak. This hadith is weak. It contains a weak narrator in the person of Al-Hussein bin Ahmad. Al-Hussein ibn Ahmad is majhul. Now, this is the sahih narration from Basair al-Darajat. This particular narration between Muhammad bin al-Hanafiya, rahimahullah, and Imam Zayn al-Abidin, alayhi salam, it appears in 4 books. The problematic one appears in Dala'il al-Imamah of al-Tabari al-Shi'i. Then the sahih narration and the sahih matin appears in Basair al-Darajat. In al-Kafi, it appears with 2 sahih chains. These are not problematic. Then you have a 4th book where it appears, that's in al-Tabsira wal-Imamah. In al-Tabsira wal-Imamah also it is not problematic because it does not contain, that hadith does not contain the name of Imam al-Hassan alayhi salam. So if you check here Basair al-Darajat of Basair al-Darajat of Muhammad bin al-Hassan as-Saffar, you will see that the chain is sahih. The problematic phrase, it doesn't appear, it's completely absent. Okay, and now why is this relevant? Because Basair al-Darajat, the book, it's predated al-Tabsira wal-Imamah, al-Kafi, and Dala'il al-Imamah. Dala'il al-Imamah is in fact a later book. If I'm not mistaken, I think in the 5th or 6th century, like centuries after Basair al-Darajat. So in Basair al-Darajat, the problematic phrase does not appear. Same thing in al-Kafi al-Sharif. I will pin the link here. In al-Kafi al-Sharif, if you open this link that I just pinned here, you will actually find the hadith under Al-Kafi Al-Sharif, Volume 1, Book 4, Chapter 81, the criterion to discern the truthful and false claims of entitlement to Imamah, leadership with divine authority. The chain is also Sahih. And if you read through the narration, at the bottom of the narration, there is another chain that is completely different. It is different from the chain at the top, and it is different from the chain in Basair al-Darajat. So we have at least 2 Sahih chains with the correct matin in all the books that do not contain any problematic expression that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala took the Imamah from Imam al-Hassan and his descendants and placed it in the descendants of Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam. If you check the grading of this hadith by Allam al-Majlisi, he said Sahih wa sanaduhu allati hasanun kas-sahih. He said this hadith, that's the matin, is Sahih, and the sanad is hasanun kas-sahih. Okay, now if you go to Tafsir wal-Imamah, it's also, this narration is also found there about the encounter between Imam Zain al-Abidin alayhi salam and Muhammad ibn al-Hanafiya. I will pin it. This is from Al-Tafsir wal-Imamah. Here in Al-Tafsir wal-Imamah, also there is no problematic wording. Okay, just a minute. In Al-Tafsir wal-Imamah, it says, Inna Allah Ta'ala, this is volume 1, page 61, the same website, library, library.eshia.ir. Inna Allah Ta'ala lamma sana'a ma'a Muawiyah ma sana'. That what Allah did to Muawiyah, badalillahi fa'ala ألا يجعل الوصية والإمامة إلا في عقب الحسين عليه السلام. In this, I say it's not problematic because the name of Imam al-Hassan عليه السلام is not found here. What Allah did to Muawiyah, Allah killed him. Allah made him, to give the inheritance, to make the power as inheritance to his kafir son Yazid, la'natullahi alayh. Whatever Allah did, Allah, placed the Imamah in the aqib of Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam. And this narration, the chain here also, it is sahih. But now, the narration that is Basair al-Darajat, which is an older book to all the books, and it is sahih. And the same narration, the same chain appears in Al-Kafi alongside another sahih chain that is different. So, in Basair al-Darajat, the oldest book, we don't have anything, that is alluding to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala punishing Imam al-Hassan alayhi salam. Therefore, what we can conclude is that in Dala'il al-Imamah, which actually contains a longer chain, if you check the chain in Dala'il al-Imamah, you will see that, I don't know if I have mentioned the reference in Dala'il al-Imamah. It is actually volume 1, page 207 from the same library. If you check the chain, it is longer, and there is a majhul person that is called Al-Hussein bin Ahmad. So this is a later book, and it contains a problematic chain, and therefore what we do is we throw it.
I just want to add one thing. The one in Tabari's book, the last 4 in the chain are the same last 4 in Al-Kafi and Basair al-Darajat, so it's coming from those books.
Nah, but the people that later on came after them, the chain, they make the chain longer. That's to the people that actually transmitted the hadith to At-Tabari Al-Shi'i. So Al-Hussein ibn Ahmad is majhul. Anyway, so since the origin of the hadith can be traced to Basair al-Darajat, we are sure that this issue about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala placing the Imamah in the descendants of Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam and not in the descendants of Imam al-Hassan alayhi salam, as has a punishment or a consequence of the truce that Imam al-Hassan did with Muawiyah la'natullahi alayh, this is not found in the original hadith in Basair al-Darajat. وآخر دعوانا أن الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله على محمد وآل محمد. This is in regards to the 4 books and the 4 narrations we find in those books. Now, if I may add to that, maybe one more point. We believe in the isma of the A'imma. We have enough tawatur and evidence from Quran, from aqli arguments that the A'imma alayhim salam, and also from ahadith of Rasulullah like hadith al-Thaqalain, to prove that the A'imma alayhim salam, they are ma'sumin. So anything that actually contradicts the isma of the A'imma, it's just like a hadith contradicting the Quran. You take the hadith and you throw it into the garbage bin. When a Nasibi is bringing you, he's living, Basair al-Darajat. He's even living Al-Tafsir wal-Imamah. He's living Al-Kafi, which contains 2 sahih chains. He's living all this, and he's coming to Al-Imamah wal-Tafsir, a later book with a weak chain. Why are they doing this? It's a game. It's a trick. So they are actually, trying to hit at the isma of the Ma'sumin, which we do not agree. We do not agree to anything that contradicts their isma. You throw it away. That's number 1. Number 2, the issue of the Imamah. The issue of the Imamah is not something that even the Imams themselves, and this is, if we want to go into this topic, it's a very big topic. I can even get you a hadith from all the Imams, which will actually establish that the issue of the Imamah was not even the choice of, the father of the succeeding Imam. I can give you, for example, hadith from Imam Musa al-Kadhim alayhi salam, who loved his youngest son so much, but guess what? The Imamah passed to Imam Ali al-Rida alayhi salam. So the issue of Imamah, or for example, the issue of Imam Ja'far al-Sadiq alayhi salam and Ismail alayhi salam. Imam Sadiq loved Ismail, but Allah willed that the Imamah should be with Imam al-Kadhim alayhi salam. So when for example, we can give you, the example of Ali al-Akbar alayhi salam. he was martyred. The Imamah went to Imam Zainul Abidin. So when it comes to the issue of Imamah, this is something that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wills. It's something that Allah decides. The choice is for Allah, not for any human being, including the Imams alayhim salam themselves. And secondly, we have, in the same Al-Kafi and other Basair al-Darajat, the Imams are what? They are 12. We also have that the Imams from the descendants of Al-Hussein alayhi salam, they are 9. So we have all these, supporting arguments in order to prove that Imamah is not the decision even of the Imams themselves. So I will conclude here, inshallah, in order not to prolong the explanation, because this is actually a minor topic. But unfortunately, these people, they have actually tried to exploit a weak narration. It's as if, we go, for example, to Musannaf ibn Abi Shayba, and we bring the hadith from Musannaf ibn Abi Shayba of Aisha. They have a hadith in Musannaf ibn Abi Shayba of Aisha decorating slave girls in order to hunt لتستاد شباب Quraysh, so that she will hunt the youths, the male youths of Quraysh. Yani if I bring this hadith for any Sunni, he's going to tell me, you're silly, because this hadith to us is weak. Now some certain Shia scholars, they will tell you, no, this is what they are weakening this hadith because it doesn't suit them. We can strengthen it. That's a polemical argument. But if we are to be fair to them, if a Shi'i brings that controversial, let me even add filthy hadith. Okay, that al-Mu'minin Aisha, she's actually hunting the youth of Quraysh. They will tell you, no, we don't agree with this. This is a weak narration. So why would a Nasibi actually use a hadith from Dala'il al-Imamah, a later book with a weak chain, with a ziyada in the metin, in order to say, oh, Shias, look, you guys hate Imam al-Hassan, or you don't love Imam al-Hassan alayhi salam, or you've not been just to the grandson, the eldest grandson of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam. So this is not an honest approach. And inshallah, this exposition we have done will help in the future of whoever is trying to play this trick on this particular issue. Finally, again, وآخر دعوانا alhamdulillah rabbil alameen, and I finally conclude.
Jazakallah khair, jazakallah.
وإياكم.
Hassan said, Sayyid, just a point to add, they want to use the al-Imamah or al-Imamah, the al-Imamah when it suits them, even though there's even discussions among them and us that the book could be falsely attributed. But, it's convenient for them to use it now, even though it's a weak chain anyway.
Yeah, what's crazy about it, the one in Tabari's book, in Dala'il al-Imamah, the last 4 in the chain are the exact same ones in Kafi and in Basair al-Darajat. But with the additions, because it's a later work, there's a person in there who's mashhul, and then that addition is added. So why not go to the correct hadith in the original one and follow that? No, they go to one that's weak, that's a later hadith, etc., with the addition on it. So originally, that part about Imam Hassan is not even there.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam.
Akhi, these people are just here to cause confusion. That's their main objective. It's not about being, what's the word, intellectually honest, It's about just throwing out shubha and causing confusion amongst the people, amongst the layman, and then claiming victory. But when we always break it down, any argument they bring within 5 minutes is easily refuted. So, I just want the opponents, if they call themselves that, or they feel like they're a person who is spreading their dawah against the Shia, etc., to at least come and be honest with us and bring stuff that is against us that we are taking from our sources. If our scholars have said it's sahih and it's authentic and we go by it and the explanation of the scholars is saying something, then we take it and you can use it against us. But don't come with things that are weak when you haven't investigated the matter, you haven't looked at the other sources, the other chains. Danny, this is just being intellectually dishonest, and this needs to stop because it's misguiding the people and this is unfair.
Ahsant, Hassan.